This video is about men and abortion, but it's not for men. It's for women who are confused and hurt by how men deal with abortion. We wonder, why didn't he step up? Why did he act like it wasn't his problem? How could he be so cruel? The answers to those questions are a lot more complicated and important than you may realize, and I've wondered about some of that myself. But why do the answers even matter? If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'll explain why it's helpful for your healing and ability to move on and enjoy a full life. It's important. So let's start out with the different ways men are involved in the abortion decision, how he influenced it or was involved with it. Now, of course, each couple and situation are unique, but as I go through the following list, think about what most closely connects with the behavior of your baby's father. And of course, if you've had more than one abortion, like me, to different partners, your experience can be more complicated. Number 1, he didn't know you were pregnant, and the abortion happened without his knowledge. Number 2, he was against the abortion and tried to stop it. Number 3, you found out later he was against the abortion, but he hid his true feelings and beliefs in his attempt to love you and respect your wishes. Number 4, he wavered back and forth. He couldn't make up his mind, so he finally left the decision up to you. Number 5, he encouraged and supported your decision to abort your baby. Number 6, he pressured you to have an abortion, maybe threatened you or was violent if you didn't agree to it. And number 7, he broke up with you or ghosted you and never took any responsibility. I've pointed out in many of my videos about how abortion decisions are highly influenced by our emotions at the time. So other than the man who never knew anything about the abortion, let's look at what emotions may have been driving your partner to react the way he did. First of all, shock. Everything's going along fine, and all of a sudden, bam! An immediate, all-consuming, life-altering reality crashes down on him, and he panics. It's like finding out you've been diagnosed with cancer. It changes everything, and he knows deep inside that nothing will ever be the same again. And that leads to confusion. An unplanned or medically compromised pregnancy throws everyone off. Do we have a baby and get married? Should I drop out of school? What if the baby isn't damaged after all? What about abortion? Should we let a family member adopt the baby? Because most abortion decisions are made under the pressure of time, it can be hard to know what's the best right thing to do. The more people who know about the pregnancy and who weigh in on the decision, the more chaotic it feels. You remember that confusion, don't you? At the same time, your partner's probably trying to gauge what you really want, especially if you were someone he really cared about. He was taking cues from your body language, what you were saying and not saying. You might have interpreted his behavior as weakness or ambivalence, but what if it was coming from a desire to support what you and what he thinks you really want? Now, moving on, in what ways did he sink into fear? Well, that's a hard emotion for men to face because they're supposed to be brave. But it's hardwired in men to provide and protect others, not just you, but his baby. And isn't that what you expect after all? Was he afraid to stand up to your parents, his parents, or even to you? Was he worried about how he could provide for a family or another child? Fear is a huge driver of behavior. So how was your partner's reaction a product of fear, even though, of course, he'd never admit it? I've been doing a lot of research about this, and I've listened to men tell their story about being involved in an abortion. Some talk about reacting out of their brokenness. What they mean by that is that they felt no responsibility. It was just sex, and they never wanted anything more. Others talked about feeling detached. It wasn't happening in their bodies, so They didn't feel any physical connection to the baby or empathy for the mother of their child. Some painfully admit that they felt overwhelmed and they couldn't cope with the pressure. And frankly, they said they were a coward. Whether they were raised in church and had a relationship with Christ or not, the urge to make it all go away through abortion was a temptation hard to resist, at least in their thoughts, if not in their behavior. Now, this is a lot to take in, isn't it? At the same time, you were going through your own panic and confusion and fear, maybe wrestling with your conscience, so was he. But before I explain why understanding all of this can help your healing now, I want to say something to women whose partner was, I'm going to be direct, a total jerk, evil, someone who threatened or abused you. The fact is, there are men who are so damaged and self-centered that they have no regard for anyone but their own selfish needs. I'm not judging them, but pretending they don't exist is naive and unhealthy. And that leads me to the reasons why it can be helpful to understand more about why men deal with the abortion decision the way they do. The first reason is we need to look back at our own choice of sexual partners. Did we choose men we really knew and understood before we slept with them? What did we know about their character, their emotional maturity? How did he really feel about you? And what was his level of commitment? What does having sex mean to him in the first place? If you're single, that dovetails into the choices you continue to make about the men you bring into your life and into your bed. When I look back, I see how I was treated by my partners impacted my sense of dignity and worth. Finally, know that how you saw your partner at the time of your abortion could be influencing how you see men in your life now, including your husband, your son, your boss, and other males who represent him to you. Feelings of unresolved anger, disappointment, contempt, and fear toward your partner at that time can lead you to continue to respond to life and men through your broken heart and soul. And God has so much more for you than that. Now, this has been a lot to take in, and I understand that. I encourage you to pause when this video ends and ask Jesus to show you what he wants you to know and to reassure you of his love and forgiveness if you'll just give him a chance. There's a lot more to talk about, isn't there? And if you want some help in talking to him about your abortion, check out these videos and join me on our healing journey to a good life with Jesus at the center, even after abortion. I'm your mentor, Jane.